Good morning, people. Good morning, Internet. Welcome to the Plight of Michael J. True 101 story. If you haven't subscribed already, please do it. YouTube's going to start cutting out the little guy, which unfortunately I'm still a little guy on YouTube. So just hit me off with a subscription. If you don't, I'm going to be highly upset, even though I won't know you didn't. Alright, today's going to be more of a rant than anything else, more of a news briefing. You know what I mean? I don't really have no news for you guys today. It's raining, as you can see. Let me just try to avoid this person behind me. I'm going to try to get on a different street so I don't have to deal with another tailgater, even though I'm doing the correct speed limit in a residential area. I'm just saying. But yeah, alright. Back on the vegetarian thing. Alright, now this is something that a lot of people get pretty pissed off over on both sides of the argument, you know what I mean? Now, my argument, you know, this is what it is, all right? I'm not going to be the person that preaches to you, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm not going to shake my finger at you, because I screwed up eating for a long time and I just recently made the switch. All right, now also the diet that I have adjusted for myself still includes fish once a week, twice a week. This is just what I do, you know what I mean? I wasn't interested in going by any rule book, you see. I wasn't trying to match anyone else's path. I wanted to just make changes in my own life. And you know, someone on my Facebook page brought up an interesting point, you know, which it's like baby steps. You know, I'm sure you've all seen What About Bob. You know, it's baby steps. You got to do baby steps, because if you look at the whole problem and look at it all it encompasses, you're going to be like, oh, I can't do all that. There's no way. And then you're just going to not do nothing. That's what most people do. Why they do that? It's because they're scared of change, because change takes work, it takes effort, and sometimes it's uncomfortable change and uncomfortable effort. Sometimes you have to do without. Now, everybody knows that most of the things we wear, most of the, you know, clothes we have, pretty much everything that is in our lives right now does have some form of animal byproducts in it. I realize that. You know, that's not like something that I just learned yesterday. I understand that. And to get to the point where I'm living a totally 100% cruel-free, animal-free life, you know, I may get there someday, and I may not. Like I said, I'm not really interested in matching anyone else's progress or, you know, making someone else happy. This is about my life and what I do, you know, what I'm going to do to change my life. Now, people, when you learn something, you know, like I associate with math. Like if you're learning math, which I never was real great at, but when you learn something in math, because math is real, like, cut and dry. You know, you don't know it, and then all of a sudden you learn it and you're like, oh, I get it. You know what I mean? It was kind of like one of those moments for me. Like I always have loved animals to the point where, like I said in previous videos, I like them more than I like people sometimes, and that's a whole nother video. For many, many reasons I say that. It doesn't mean I don't like people. I enjoy people, but I don't enjoy people who just willfully blind themselves and refuse to make any changes, even though you present all factual information in front of them. They simply just refuse. I don't have respect for that mentality, and I'll be the first person to say that. I feel like myself, I am a very contradictory person sometimes, but that's only because I'm ever learning. Like, I'm always trying to learn new information. People only know what they know, what they learn, what information they seek out. You know, what avenues they seek to learn on. You know, everybody's different. Everybody has different interests. Everybody has different motives. Everybody's got different shit going on in their life. So everyone is not going to know the same thing. That's why I like to get other people's opinions, as many as possible, because that leads to growth and intelligence, and you form new opinions based on other people's input into your problems or your opinions. You know, someone may be like, yeah, you know, you're right, but, and then give you a piece of information that you don't know. So you'd be an idiot, in my opinion, to see that piece of information, and we all know, like, we recognize, oh well, he's right or she's right about that. If you're gonna actually acknowledge that in your mind, that someone else has a good point and they may be right, and then just, like, you know, say no, fuck you, just because you're too stupid to grasp it and make a change, and that's on you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be able to change that about you. That's, you know, as they call a fatal flaw. I'm never going to try to argue, you know, you're you know, right or wrong. I'm not going to waste my breath, because you've already demonstrated that you don't care. You know, you don't have the strength to make that change, or to even admit or realize that, you know, it's in front of you. So, you know, the whole vegetarian thing, I mean, it's just about learning. You know, to me, it's only about learning, like, what's right, what's wrong, what goes on in this industry. You know, I mean, and you know, I hate to say this too. You know, there's a lot of people that have different opinions, but, you know, if you're gonna mutter the sentence "circle of life," if you're gonna go there, you know, please understand what you're saying. You know, we aren't in the circle of life no more. Well, let's be honest. We've broken the circle. We've smashed the circle out. Okay, it's just us. There's so many of us all over the place that we've dominated everything, and, you know, we all know that. You know, guys know that, women know that. We all know that fact. Okay, so the circle of life is not in the picture anymore. Don't say that. And also, you put a human being, you know, me, anyone, any hard ass guy who talks, you know, all this shit, blah blah blah. You give him a fucking spoon and a pair of underwear and put him in the room with I could rattle off a list of about probably 30 or 40 animals, and they'll fucking rip you apart, and you'll be in the corner crying like a little girl, like a little baby, like sniveling. So I don't want to hear, you know, we're the dominant species, we're men, you know, this is what we do, we're carnivores, we have incisors, because those comments are kind of retarded. You know, you got incisors that ain't that reason why. Okay, you know, we during evolution we have eaten meat. You know, I understand that, but we've reached a point in our lives in evolution that it's time for us to kind of shift goals. I think we need to protect what is left, what has not been destroyed by us. Okay, we need to start using our brain power to not eat meat and you know, do silly shit. We don't need to do that. I don't need to eat fucking cows and pigs to survive. I've actually been amazed at how much my life has not been affected in terms of, like, me going through some kind of a withdrawal, or I don't even know what word to use, but it's like silly that people say to me, oh, I can't stop eating meat. No, you can. You won't. That's all it is. You won't stop eating meat because it involves too much change or too much effort. That's it. Now, I have a lot of people in my family and friends that I love very dearly that have still eat like that. And I'm not going to say, you know, I don't like you, I hate you. No, come on. I still have the same feeling that I have, but it doesn't change my feeling on the can't, won't argument. You just won't do it. You know what I mean? That's really all there is. So I think I'm almost at 10 minutes. I'm going to end there. I might make a part 2 to this video, but everybody, you know, I'm just trying to make a change for the better. And, you know, if you want to make fun of me, you want to talk about, oh, I just had a ribeye after, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's cool. Great. I had a lot of ribeyes. I had a lot of porterhouses. I had a lot of steaks in my life. But, you know, now I'm not going to have any more because I kind of saw what goes into bringing that steak to my plate. And it's disrespectful. It's extremely disrespectful. So I'm going to end on that note. Everybody enjoy the day, even though it's raining, and subscribe, man. Come on, let's get in this. I'm trying to get 100,000 subscribers by next November, and I need your help. So hit me off with the subscription and rate, comment, and that's it. Peace.